the choice is fight or compromise, the choice is clear. Compromise. But if the choice is fight or cave in, that's a far different choice. That's an impossible choice. To resolve that dilemma, we must press the search for bipartisan compromise with the same fervor with which we press our positions. The next election can't answer the fundamental question before us, whether our political system is capable of reaching the compromises necessary to function between elections. The purpose of government is to resolve our differences. Today, politics turns every difference into a crisis, and we have to change that. Elections freeze positions. Compromise can thaw them. Call me crazy, but I think that we can do it. I think the amount of disagreement between Democrats and Republicans in the country is far less than the chasm between Democrats and Republicans in Congress. Most Republicans outside of Congress, according to the public opinion polls, recognize the need for added revenue and deficit reduction. The voices of those Republicans can and should matter. In a Gallup poll this summer, 2/3 of Americans said Congress should compromise on a deficit reduction plan, even if that compromise plan had some things that they disagreed with. Their voices should matter too. Most Americans believe these problems are not insurmountable. If there ever has been a time for people across the political spectrum to raise their voices, to call for practical solutions based not on political strategy or rigid ideology, now is that time. And I cannot stand here today and tell you how we will achieve what we need to achieve. I cannot tell you how I will resolve my own dilemma or how we will solve the political crisis in which we find ourselves. But our faith in our ability to solve it is deep. My faith in our ability to solve it is deep. This is hardly our first crisis. America has answered tough questions from our beginning. We answered Lincoln's question at Gettysburg, the question of whether a nation conceived and dedicated as a republic could endure. The question for us at this moment is whether this nation will continue to lead economically and politically, whether we will continue to be a pillar of strength and a beacon of hope, or whether our divisions are so great that we cannot come together to solve our problems and will set us on a course of political and economic decline. The next few months will be decisive in bridging the gulf that divides us. It is a gap that we must bridge. I'm especially reminded, because of where we meet today, that it's never a good idea to bet against America. I know we can succeed because our history affirms what we have seen in our own lifetimes, that our nation is resilient and that our people come together when our nation's future is at stake.